Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Jade Cocoon. I'm your host CPC Gamer, and today I'm going to click on this option. The Arena Combat mode lets you pick minions from two separate save files and set them head to head against one another. It's like the Cable Club from Pokemon! And no, I'm gonna do this all with one controller. So, obviously our first team is the Cool Guys. Team with which I beat the campaign. Crowley, Lynod, Nobody, and Trish. To that end, we'll be using Crowley, Trish, and Lynod because they're at the top of the list. They were the guys that I was using the last time I went to the Eternal Forest, so that's why they're up there. Now you may be wondering what I'm going to do for my second team, because all of these are the same team in slot 1, but weaker because I'm only halfway through the game. Well sir, if we go over here to slot number 2, I still have the save file from when I played this game as a teenager. So we're going to be using that. Now, full disclosure, I've gotten this far through the process, but I've only looked at the levels of my team, so I can get my Let's Play guys to the same level. I don't know what these guys look like, what moves they have, nothing. And as before, we'll make a team with the first 3 guys in the list. Now I'm going to do best of 3, and I'm going to shuffle down the roster, so that everybody gets equal chance to fight everybody else. And I think I'll turn minion changing off, because I like to play the advantage as much as I can, and it's no fun to watch infinite shuffle mode like that, so we'll see how this goes. And yeah, that's a pretty decent lineup, so let's go. I like that we're starting in the Moth Forest. That's a pretty good sign of things to come. Okay, so we have Lynod, and we... Nevan. Good lord, 13-year-old me, what were you thinking? I was going to say, this is going to be a fun exercise in comparing what I think is cool now versus what I thought was cool then, but that is just... embarrassing. Lynod looks cool. Cooler than he ever did, because that steel plating skin goes well with pretty much anything. Now, what magic do you have? That's a fair selection. What do you do? Oh, sleep! Useful. How about your special? Oh god, what have I done? This might be a very short best of 3. But first, I'm going to do this. I'm going to show off this super cool spider drop kick that absolutely refused to play in the last episode. You see how cool that looked? I love it! It looked a little awkward, because apparently 2 of Nevan's legs became vestigial at some point, but what the hell? Spider drop kicks! That's awesome. More awesome than the way he looks at any rate. He is wearing one of the boss skins. You can collect those in the Eternal Corridor. Like, each of the skins is an animal. Like, there's a panda, frog, cheetah, neon tetra, a turtle, that one right there. There's a snake and a skeleton.
The minion is gravely wounded.
I thought I turned the voice acting off for you guys. But apparently the game cares not for such things. So, enjoy hearing what Moo sounds like. You see what I mean about it being a posh English accent, but only kinda? Like, now imagine the whole game is that. I knew I made the right choice in turning the voices off. Something I've noticed about Nevan is that he has a lot of attacks, but they have no variety. Like, I can do 5 flavors of air elemental attack, but I can't do anything more. Lynod's got the advantage there, because he can drain health. And he can use healing magic. I haven't gotten they have that. Yet. Now, it looks like Nevan's out, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Wind Elemental spell, so that nobody can have a good time when I'm gone.
What an exciting move! What will happen now?
I don't mean nobody the minion, necessarily, even though I just constructed a sentence that kind of suggests that I did.
Looks like that is it for this minion.
That is a jank-looking animation, Nevan. Like, I know spiders curl up when they die like that, but that is not very good. Oh hey, it's one of those dragonfly-looking monsters! This guy looks kinda cool. And depending on the other two guys, you might be redeemed past me. And it looks like he has the same skills as before. Oh, he can cure poison! That is also handy. I bet I put this guy together to fight the final boss in the Eternal Corridors sequence. The final boss is called Klagus, and he has an attack AI wherein he inflicts all...
A direct hit.
Damn!
That had to hurt.
That critical that hardly ever hits! But when it does, it's pretty impressive, apparently. Except, oh wait, I have the healing spell. So how about that? I remembered something. Can't say it did me a great deal of good, though. I suspect this turn will be my last. For Lynod. Both teams were created by me, they're both being controlled by me.
Looks like that is it for these minions.
I need to work on getting some of my sentences right when I'm talking about the match at hand. And I just realised, Bod was at an elemental disadvantage in that fight. Of course Turen took him down in 2 moves. This is going to be a bit more balanced, though. Oh, and that reminds me. I have done precisely 2 merges from the end of the game to now, and they were purely aesthetic. One was Bod, who has the metal wings, and the other will be a surprise. But, you know, it's either Trish or nobody, so place your bets now.
I cannot take my eyes off this thrilling battle.
Yeah, chip damage is stunning, Moo. I can see this replacing League of Legends any day now. And that was a clever move past me, making me waste my time and mana to get my advantage back. At least it worked.
What an exciting move.
Oh, and I just noticed, Turen has the segmented eyes and little fangs. I used one of those green dragons when I was fusing him. Man, it's nice when you can spot component parts like that. Don't know where the pot belly came from. Yes! So fast you can dodge an earthquake. Handcuff lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's one of my favorite quotes from that speech. Like, making medicine sick is the one that everybody goes to, but I like the rhyme about thunder and lightning. And I think Turen's done now. He's not got anything left in the tank for special moves, and he can't really do enough damage to Crowley with his physical attacks. That and Crowley's doing way more damage in a DPS race. I mean, I like how you can see similarities between the things I did now versus back then. Like, specifically, it looks like all my guys have really high physical defense, and they tend to rely on special attacks. And the fact that the older team has a bigger range of attacks, probably because I tried to spread things around as much as I could to make a more well-rounded team. I mean, if I'd been merging my current team, I'd likely have tried to do the same thing, while keeping everything as varied and cool-looking as I could. Now I'm ready to go. Kinda hard to get hyped for the fight because I'm controlling both teams. It's like playing chess against yourself. It's impossible to outthink yourself, you know? I'm just playing to the best of my ability in each case, and doing what I would do if this were an AI fight. And I'm kinda sad that there's no optional super boss in this fight. Like a super powerful minion or a highly trained leader like Red in Pokemon games. What the hell is that? Oh, past me. There is a reason your parents thought you were on drugs. And your teachers and your friends. Oh, fearsome power set though. Like, this guy was probably the tank from my first save file. Makes sense since he's the fire type. I mean, Crowley's the fire guy and he's a strong... Yes. Damn! Was that the 3rd time I've said that in this fight alone? It's justified because look how much damage I did. And I can't recover, so... I'm going to call this. I think the Sunset team is going to win this round. And yeah, past me was a huge showboating jerk. And the only thing better than winning with a super big crush attack is winning with a super weak standard one, so that's what I'm going with. It looked really silly too, all bent over like that. Now Trish, she doesn't look silly, she looks fantastic. That's Sikanjal, one of the latter bosses in the Eternal Corridor, so getting its skin was a super rare drop, and I think it looks really good on Trish. Although, I suspect we're not going to be seeing it for very long, because my elemental shift didn't work. So, Now this guy's gonna pound me into the dirt.
This thrilling battle.
I say that as if I know what's coming, because I actually kind of do on account of controlling them. Now, Trish didn't get any new attacks in her merge. To that end, neither of my minions got any attacks when I merged them. It really was just to give them a new coat of paint. So, I don't have any tricks up my sleeve. Like, what you saw in the playthrough is what you're going to get now.
A direct hit.
But, Trish continues to be a bulldozer that has learned to walk, so she's pretty formidable. Like, when she doesn't have the elements stacked against her like
It
that.
is breathing heavily.
Okay, seriously, what is up with that attack? Spiral is meant to attack upright, not facing down like that. It's more of a spinning bird kick than a hurricane kick. So in this mode, you can pause the fight, and you can forfeit if you feel the odds are against you, or you can just straight up quit. Go back to the title screen. But that's the coward's way out. You can't beat me, I quit is the worst kind of tactic. My current team is not going to win this one, but I can make it more of a pain in the ass when the old team gets back to the locker room.
Finally, a decision has
And there it is. Round 1 goes to my past self. It was a hard-fought victory with several weird quirks along the way, but it's a worthy victory.
Congratulations. The minions of
Do you see what I mean about Moo and Ra having the same voice? They just pitched it up for Moo. That's pretty lazy, you guys. But yeah, we had a good run, but past me wins. Good job we're doing best of 3 here, right? Now I'm going to go reorganize my minions, and we will be right back. Oh, nice! I like this arena. This is a pretty good place for the second round. Now, we're opening with a stalemate. Not the most interesting start, but the one that the RNG threw at us. I know I said it's a shame that past me won, but I'm doing my best to be as impartial as I can. I mean, I'm guaranteed a win no matter what, but I'm still trying to play it fairly. And in this case, it means doing a single shuffle of the minions, regardless of the outcome. I wonder why Nirvana's a few levels behind everyone else. I have no idea. The only thing I know about my old save file is that I have the same equipment loadout as I ended up with in my modern playthrough. Levant has the camouflage vest and the dragon crest. Yeah, I got the most powerful sword in my modern playthrough. Like, I had to do a lot of grinding to get my guys up to level 27, and part of that involved me fighting a rook of dragons, which... well, I mean, even a 7% drop rate has to pay off eventually, right? Man, Navon looks to be the fastest out of all the minions I brought with me. And that's including my modern team. But he's lagging in pretty much everything else. I mean, he's 2 levels behind, but I can't imagine that would hold him back as much as it has. I mean, I'd need to see a stat screen to get the full story, I suppose. Yeah, I think the regular attack will do just fine. And so it did!
It looks like that is it for this
Man,
minion.
Navon's middle legs look weird.
It is fallen, cannot
I can tell you what it is. He had wings at some point, and when he got the spider form, his middle legs took the same shape as the wings. Like, that's where they're flat and crescent shaped as opposed to, like, actually segmented.
The minions
Also, now we're
may
screwed,
be wounded.
because Spiral can take down some of my best fighters without type advantage of element boost, so nobody's gonna have to do something pretty spiffy to win.
It is breathing heavily and could keel over at any time.
It's not happening though, is it? It does give me a chance to talk about Spiral's design. I think I worked out why he looked as weird as he does. I suspect I merged one of those hopping pot things with a goat minion at some point, and the end result is this weird sort of half lying down thing.
What will happen now?
And yes, I can play the same game that the other me played in the last round. And we kind of need to this time, because this is basically declawing Spiral, which we're going to need for the next set.
Looks like that is it for this minion.
I forget who's up next.
Cannot get
Can it be Lionel, please? Yeah, it's my man! We're hopefully going to see Spiral taken down with ease. I mean, he was the sticking point in the last fight, so with him out of the way, I think we'll be okay. Oh, just watch, the old water minion is going to be some unstoppable tank. Nice. You see, old me probably thought he was the best, giving his minions fire attacks on every slot. But when you come across a situation like this, you've got no real course of action. And I think it's pretty obvious that the commentary track in this game is just Moo saying a few pre-baked phrases at the same predetermined instances. In fairness, I don't think I could do much better. But what I would do is include a random variable for some of these. Like, on occasion, it wouldn't fire, and the fight would just continue on its own. Although, with that said, this game wouldn't usually have commentary from a handsome Englishman during the fight, so having Moo chime in is at least semi-useful.
Oh, that had to hurt.
You'd be surprised, Moo. That's not a patch on the damage that nobody took from that very same attack. The odds are not stacked in Spiral's favor right now. So of course I take this time to heal up. I mean, Spiral hasn't got enough mana to do a special attack, and even if this attack is critical, it's not going to do enough damage to negate the heal. See? So, now we can polish him off and head for the third frame. Don't try and fight it, Spiral. You are not coming out on top of this one. Also, that has to be the exception rather than the rule. I can't believe Bot is slower than Spiral. That has to have been a fluke. There you go. The outcome we were meant to have in the last round. Now, the third player for my old team is a new one, a water one. Let's see what it looks like, shall we? Oh, what? That is somehow even worse than Spiral was. Old me, what the hell were you doing? At least he has more than one kind of special attack. Just a pity I've arbitrarily barred myself from using it. Well, I don't think I'll attack just yet. I'm going to try and switch elements again. The third player in the modern team is Trish, so it could take off their edge, just like we did with Spiral. Assuming it works. And you know, if we were down to the last team member each, I would totally join in, trying to change the elements to make it a little more fair. But I have Trish waiting in the wings, so let's not neuter her, how about? Or whatever it is that one does with minions to stop them being quite so ferocious in this world. And I know I could have re-rolled this fight. Maybe pick out some matchups instead of elemental stalemates, but in my ridiculous attempt to make things fair, here we are. Magic seems to work alright. Especially since the elements are all over the place with the yellow mist, and we're the same elements, and I don't know, I'm confused by whatever it is camera is supposed to be. I'm loving that attack, though. There is just something beautiful about being able to cause damage to the enemy at the same time as healing yourself. It's a shame there's nobody here to gloat to, because I would. I could be a very sore winner sometimes.
I cannot take my eyes
Man,
off
I don't
this
even need to do special attacks. I can just beat this guy in my own time. Although, let's see what happens when I try the critical path. I know what'll happen when I beat Lynod, and that is that Trish comes to the surface, but hey, maybe we'll get lucky. The old team got pretty lucky last time. And that's a start. From the look of it, Camera is obviously one of those goat things as a base, but I think it's mixed with the big mantis guys. Like, that's why he has such big claws for hands, and why he has a somewhat sensible looking spinning kick. Not entirely sure about the wings, if I'm honest, but hey, if I didn't mention it during the main game, I'm certainly going to mention it now. One of my favorite beast management things when I was a kid is to just bolt some wings on it, you know? Camera, my friend, you are entering a world of pain. I haven't got any power modifiers or anything like that, but Trish is a tiger striped steamroller, so I win. Flawless victory. Although that means we're taking it to the wire, guys. We're gonna go the distance. It's like Rocky, except this time the important guy's gonna win. I am being totally impartial and unbiased. I don't know what you guys are talking about. But, yeah. We're gonna take this on to the third round. So, well, you know the drill. I'm going to go rest, re-roll the teams, and we are going to be right back. Whoa, what the heck is this? Did they make some special arenas just for the multiplayer mode? I mean, looks like it, because now we're in the Hall of the Gods! A fitting scenario for the final round in this climactic cross-millennial crossover. Oh, and of course, the obvious thing to do here is to play the wind advantage. I know I said that I hardly ever do that in the main playthrough. I was right, but the guys in the main playthrough are not finely tuned fighters like the two teams that we have here. Expertly designed teams, too. Just look at that turtle shell, spider, crab, bug thing. That looks super good. Seriously, I have no idea why my past self designed my team to look the way that it does. Like, I legit thought that it looked cool, but in hindsight, maybe less so. And we might be looking at another flawless victory. But admittedly, we have 2 levels and the type advantage, but still. Damn, Crowley. You scary. I just noticed, something the game doesn't do is near-death animations. Which makes sense, because you wouldn't just have to animate the near-death state, you'd have to animate every single other attack animation to take the new pose into consideration. Oh man, and that's with your elemental boost.
Is the fight over?
Oh boy.
It looks like that is it.
Yeah, let's get this scrublord out of here. Where are the real fighters at?
Get up.
Oh, said Macbeth. This might be a terrible reversal of fortunes. But this is the kind of fight I was expecting when I came in here. Lots of type matchups and potential for chicanery. And, you know, it's matches like this that make me glad that I've turned off minion switching. Like, just let the game play itself out, you know? Oh, and that's a bad miss. Now there's only one way to go from here. Water attack plus power. I want the guaranteed boost rather than the potential for critical. And look how it paid off. Because Cameron's still got a lot left in the tank too, so this could continue. Oh, especially if Crowley's gonna do things like that. Right, I know he's the slowest member of my team, but he should still be able to hit something, right? This is ridiculous.
Is the fight over?
Well, he ain't hitting anything now. And I forget who's next. I think it's Nobody. Yeah, it's Nobody! The world-renowned sandwich maker and inventor of the tilde. Now, I should actually be alright with this one, because Nobody is really fast. I mean, I don't know, I might have mentioned that once or 15 times during the playthrough. But surprisingly, I didn't say that he's as quick as the wind. Go figure. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to parse what camera just did. Because it looked like he went through the floor, but he didn't clip through the floor, so I don't... What? I can't even work out the mechanics behind that. Normally, I'd say that the floor was just a JPEG, and my guy was just shuffling around in front of it. But the PlayStation didn't have the ability to do JPEGs like that, so that's not at all. Okay, what? That did way more damage than I thought it'd do. Oh, nice. Nice. Are we in a restaurant? Because somebody is about to get served. Although I can't really do smack talk here, because both sides are me. So, you know. Oh, and that's unlucky past me. You can't take the edge off. Still, you only have yourself to blame, because I'm pretty sure your own team did that. Now, it's about now I should probably point out that past me was a horrendous cheater who adopted the motto, rules are made to be broken. So here's some poison. That missed, apparently. Well, you know what they say about cheaters, and that is that they never prosper. Thank goodness future me learned this, and was able to capitalize. And thank goodness Turen's got such critical health, because I don't have any mana for fancy tricks. I don't think. Wait, do I? Oh, looks like I'm out. Well, enjoy this anticlimax, everybody. I think that should be the motto for my channel.
The fight has been decided before
Oh, do you see that? That is treachery.
I was even rooting.
Oh, I bet you were. Is it because past me fancied you? Is that why you're on his team? Yeah, just get out. I'm the cool guy. You didn't win.
Congratulations. The
Yeah,
memes
Ra's
and
in
the
on it.
dawn of
She knows I'm the
dawn.
best. And incidentally, before we go, can we appreciate for a moment how awesome the team names Dawn and Sunset are? Because that's way better than A and B or whatever. Alright, we have one more video, so join us next time for that. And until next time, goodbye!